What's happening, party people? Welcome to my week in review. This is not a DIY video. This is a video that my viewers, subscribers, supporters have requested I post to kind of let them know what's going on through the week. If you're not one of these church members, just move on. Again, these are not step-by-step detailed instructions or videos. Now, if I do some kind of repair or something that I've already done a step-by-step detailed instruction video on, it'll be linked in the description area below. Other than that, this is just a hanging out with Robert video. It's fun. The first part of this video, we started out on vacation. I call it vacation. It's a fishing trip. I wasn't scheduled working, so yeah, it's a vacation. Me, Mom, Mita, and some friends went to Canada, did some fishing, had some fun. Mom got to see close up of a lotus at my buddy Peter's place. She got to sit in it, take pictures. That's how the video starts off. We go on to a Volvo meet and greet in the Toronto area. Then we go into the wilderness of Canada. I was actually in I think it's a Dodge Demon with the performance package installed. We're talking 1100 horsepower or so. We were racing down a racing track strip and the car blew up while I was in there recording. Just crazy. So that's in here. And then on the way out of there, stopped in Chicago. Actually, we seen some live bear. I caught that on dash cam. We stopped in Chicago for a day or two, helped a couple people. And then we came home and I resumed working. Went to Salvage or two, yada, yada, yada. So that's what the video's about. Now, I got a frustrating point of my life in interacting with me where people request my presence. The very best help you can get from me, the quickest help you can get from me is to get on YouTube, search your problem, find the video that I made for that issue, and take care of it yourself. My target of competency of making videos is for 14-year-old young men. So if you're 14-year-old or older and you get the tools on the tool list in the front of the video, you should be able to complete any repair on these Volvos or whatever I've posted a video about without any frustration. That's the quickest help you're going to get from me. Most of my people, they have additional transportation and their Volvo or whatever they're driving is not their primary mode of transportation. So they contact me, they say they want my help, they say they're going to wait for my help, and they do just that. I got cars sitting out here that I haven't worked on for 2-3 years. My own cars, I need to get. My primary car has a bad transmission, probably going on 9 months, hadn't had time to do it. That's a 2-day job. I'm looking for one part that I misplaced, but I could do it. Other than that, it's still sitting there. So if you need me in a pinch, in a hurry, you could pay to have me break schedule, fly me to your area or something, or pay for my extensive travel. That can get expensive. Even at that, you'll probably end up at 50 cents on a dollar when it comes to retail or dealership pricing. If you can't afford to do that, man, you just have to wait like a lot of other people have. Or, by all means, that's your car. Get it fixed by any means necessary. I'm going to post a detailed video about my scheduling. And it's just, hey, again, the quickest help you're going to get from me is a YouTube video. The second quickest help you're going to get from me is to pay me to break schedule, which isn't no more money in my pocket, but you pay all these secondary fees. Like really good friend, I consider him my brother. He flew me to Vegas a few days ago, fixed his car, flew me back. I was off schedule 3 days. He needed his car fixed. It needed to be fixed. It was in bad shape. And his estimates were probably about 3 G's. He did that trip for a third of that. So it can be done, but you just got to be able to afford to pay or do something else. I'm sorry. I'm just one person. You can ship your car to me. I'll break schedule for that to fix it. But other than that, you just have to wait till I'm done what I'm doing. But some people, they want to ask me, give me a date. Well, that's the same as telling me to lie to you, because I don't know how long my job is going to take. I'm not going to half do it. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to probably overdo it. So something that should take 3 weeks could take 3 months, unfortunately. So when you say what date you're going to be there, I say, oh, well, I can tell you what I have ahead of you, but I really can't give you dates because anything could happen. And everything always happens to set me back. So I'll make a detailed video about that. That's that. So this video starts off with us on vacation, coming back through Chicago, coming home, getting back on track. And that's what it is. Now, I've been recording what I consider some time-lapse videos using the YouTube Live unlisted option. Somehow, some people are watching these YouTube Live unpublished videos. If you're one of those persons, please let me know how you're seeing this. If none of my viewers, subscribers, members are seeing this stream that's happening unpublished, then it must be some employees of YouTube just checking in to make sure nothing strange is going on. But if you're seeing this, let me know how you see it, because I don't know. It's not nothing that I want to block. I'm just curious, you know. Other than that, people are ordering stuff from the website. I had somebody in Europe order something on the website. Wasn't even my property. When you go to my website, you order something. If for some reason you need something in a hurry, call or contact me, because my website for ordering and loading parts and all this stuff, that is not staffed. I can't afford to pay nobody to do that. So that's done at my leisure in between jobs. Normally, if you order something today, I will ship it within 24 hours. I normally pack and ship my parts before I start working so it can get out in the mail. However, somebody from Europe ordered something. I put that on my website. Some parts that didn't even belong to me. So when the order came in on Thursday afternoon, I contacted the person Thursday evening, made sure they still had the parts. I went and picked up the parts Friday morning. I had to package them, weigh them, get them set up. Going overseas, DHL didn't pick up on the weekends. Saturday morning, I get this very aggressive message from somebody that I guess they felt like because they ordered something off my website, I owed them some kind of massage. Man, I'm busy. I don't have time to massage. I don't have time to massage my wife. So if you're tripping on that, take your medication, move on. So I was as nice as I could be to my reply, and they came back aggressive again. Hey, I wasn't going to make a dime from selling you and shipping you those parts, even though it was several $100s. My friend that I listed them for was getting his money. I was taking time out of my life, probably 2, maybe 3 hours to ship that to you. And then the shipping company made money. I wasn't making anything. It was a lose-lose and now loss situation for me, because I took a couple of hours to go get the stuff and try to get it packed up and shipped to them. So if you need something in a hurry, contact me. If you don't have a tracking number from me, I have not shipped it for whatever reason. You feel free to contact me. I will let you know my explanation or whatever is necessary. Get that taken care of. Get you back on track. But there's nothing on my website that is, I don't think an urgent thing. So if you got something urgent, contact me. I'll treat it as urgent. If there's some reason I can't fulfill your needs in an urgent way, I'll refund all your money and you can find that stuff somewhere else. It just is what it is. It's somewhat of a side hustle for me. I appreciate people that go there and purchase stuff off of there. But if you have an urgent need, you need to let me know. And by all means, try not to come at me too hard, because I'll just cancel it and not worry about it, because, like I said, it's a side deal. So let's try to keep that on the tracks, if y'all know what I mean. Other than that, man, I got this yellow car running yesterday. It feels to me like it's riding down the road with no tires on the wheels. So I got to figure that out. Probably got a wheel hub to replace. I don't know if I'm repeating that or not, but hey, I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your time. I'll try to get more videos posted for our enjoyment. Have a great day and be safe out there. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah. There you go, mama. Can you get in there?
She wants a picture.
Oh,
She wants a picture.
Ready?
oh yes, yes.
Everyday holiday.
Yes, sir. We're going 97 down here.
Are we really?
Woo-hoo!
That's kilometers through.
Oh, man.
It's still 50.
We still need to hit a $120 just to be official. How did that end up being taller than anybody? Charger? Oh, dang.
This might be a little louder than your home car, boys. About to go for a ride in the Demon SRT. Here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1. Feel the about 6 seconds. Sweet, we could have took off.
smoke is still down there. I didn't even hear it stall. I think we blew the engine. We are pushing the car off the drag strip with a navigator and a person in between. Complaining about something. Well, it looks like the gas tank has about 120 mile range. 120 mile range. I'm at 3/4 of a tank and I only got 111 mile range left. Here you go, Mita. She will build it. I ain't gotta ask twice. Just suggest it. She be like, yep, that's exactly what we need. Let's do it. The toolboxes, the hardware slots, the parts, the nuts, the bolts. Dan the man. Oh yeah.
That's a nice lift. Damn.
Dan the man, the walleye king. You see how he abused them fish? And they're just got a nervous condition. Look at that nervous twitch.
Come on.
Come
I don't
on.
take any joy in doing that.
There we go. Yep, he does. He told us this is his favorite part of the trip.
Yeah.
Hitting the fish over the head with that club. Reminds him of when he used to teach high school basketball. And claims he doesn't enjoy this, but he looks like he enjoys it to me.
Poor thing. But he's going to be delicious.
Look at that twitching. He looks a little fatter than the last one.
He's a little better fish.
Heading in, folks. We are headed in. Washed all the road dirt off of Lemonade, which was a lot coming down these dirt roads. The front wasn't so bad, but from the tires back was pretty bad. But the front was covered with insects. So it's looking pretty good now for a couple days till we leave in 2 days. And let me find something else to get into. I might go boating, maybe a little more fishing. I'm out here with Handy Dan the man. We're about to troll for some big boys. I'm gonna use this Hit Stitch 120 Berkeley lure. Got some fine twine, and we about to troll the deep. Let's get it, boys. First cast, first fish. We're gonna give it a measure. Here it is, folks. Dan the man with his top bait, jigging and jagging. We're gonna see how long he is and get him back in there. And there he is, folks. Like 31. Get him in the middle. I'll get the tail. 32 here.
Yeah. Down he goes.
Sweet. The footage that you're watching is my dash cam as we drove through a portion of Ontario. I should look the other way. I took my family with me when I went on a fishing trip there recently, and on the way back, we decided to go the scenic route instead of the main road, or should I say I decided. And one of the reasons why I continued on this route is because there's a lot of nature that you can see on this road, even though it's a gravel dirt road and it's not smooth.
Y'all gone through here before?
Yeah, there's another way that's smoother. Probably should have went the other way, but they said it's 35 minutes longer. So as we continue just looking down this road as we drove, man, it was a little rougher than I had anticipated, but I decided to keep going. It's like a 60-kilometer road, actually an 80-kilometer road, which was close to 50 miles. So I said, hey, we'll continue down this road, go this way, shouldn't be too bad. It's supposed to save 30 minutes on the drive, which I actually doubt. But I figured there was a chance that we would see some nature as we went down this path, because let's face it, when you're out off the grid in Ontario, you're likely to see anything. They have bear, a lot of wolves, moose, but it was a little later in the day, I guess close to 10 o'clock. So I figured there wasn't a big chance that we'd see something like you would at night, but there was a chance. So I said, hey, let's continue. Might see some animals this way. Well, we were just going down this road maybe 5 to 8 minutes before we actually seen some nature. It was about this time that my wife decided, hey, let me take a picture of this rough terrain and rough road that we're driving by. So she actually pulled out her camera. I thought she was shooting video, but she was just taking a few pictures. And here we were, like I said, about 7 minutes or so into the drive down this route. Only 2 minutes on this gravel road, and around this next bend, we actually seen some bear. A mama bear and 2 cubs.
And a bear. Look at the bear. You did it just in time. Did you get it? I think so.
And there they were, disappeared into the woods. So I went back in the footage, and here's some slow motion close-up scene of the bear. As we came around the corner, you can see the mama bear, 2 cubs. The mama bear jumps into the woods. The cubs follow right behind her. About to do the timing belt on this 960. I need to redo that video because that video is ugly. But we're gonna get it done here and move on. So let's have at it. There you go, folks. This is why you replace them on mileage and time. The impellers grinding away at the housing in there. Wouldn't have been too much longer before it come apart. And you got seepage out of the plug there. So it's the time to do it. We had the cams timed. They still should be timed. That's the crank. It's got 1 notch with the point on top of the crank pulley there. You line that up with the nipple on the oil pump, you're good to go. We got some gasket material to get off of here. Then we'll start going back together. I can't make it no worse than it is, my friend. That is for sure. All right, we're ready. We are ready, folks. So we got a aftermarket tensioner for the timing belt roller, and this just fell out of it. That sparked my interest, so I looked on the back. The back of it did not have this kind of washer thing on it. So I just moved the roller from there, which is an NTN roller, over to the original bracket, and we're gonna go that way and discard this cheaper new stuff. The roller is what you're concerned with more so than this, but this has some kind of spacer on there for a reason that one didn't. So we're gonna go with the OEM. Timing is set. We're about to pull the pin and roll it over. We are ready to fire her up, folks. Go ahead. And there she is, purring like a kitten. On this one, today we're going to try to get the parking brakes correct, put on the rear new rotors, and get the back door to open from the inside. let's get with it. I'm gonna put this phone on the charger. We are all done with the parking brakes. The driver's side was binding. The passenger side was totally seized. And now we have functioning parking brakes. That situation right there is fully engaged. This car can't move like that. So we're good to go. Kicking off the Tinker Day up here in Chicagoland. Trying to see if I can get this air conditioner to blow colder. Right now it's blowing cool. We'll see how cold it is by the time I get to the store. These adjust pretty quick, so if it ain't under 60, it needs to be serviced. Right now, it's only 88 degrees here. So this thing should be down to 60. Let's see what happens. It only got down to 80. It should have been down to at least 60. So we're gonna vac this system out, recharge it, and see what happens. Pulling the vacuum down 30 minutes. I'm gonna close this off right here, actually. Then I'm gonna close it off right here. Then I'm gonna shut my pump down. We are vacuumed down, folks. No more need for a pump. Now I'm going to close this off because it was when I got here. Try to open this up. I'm gonna move this over the service can. See if it screws into here. Then I'm gonna disconnect that and pressurize this thing so that there's no air in here. If this screws on here, and it looks like it does, folks. Yes, it does. We are good to go. So I'm gonna hook a can up to this and then disconnect that, run fluid out there, then close it off there. Okay, it's been serviced, very little air. Let's see if our temp gauge is under 60 this time. I think this temp gauge is maybe 15 degrees off. Man, it's just barely under 60. Right about 60. 80. Let's take it for a drive, see what happens. I don't think servicing did much, maybe 5 degrees. We're looking for almost 20. It's 5 degrees, 6 degrees hotter than it was, and it only came down to about 80, 81. So we're gonna wash out the condenser, see if that helps. Power wash. Here with Mr. Ron, he had a door check strap freezing up on him. That was busting that. So we disconnected that door check strap so it wouldn't do any more damage to the skin of the car. We also came under here to look at something, and I immediately noticed that his strut bump stop was touching the steering bearing. So he took his car in for alignment, and they probably noticed there's a little bit of space there, and they didn't like that. So they pulled it apart, removed the T-nut, and put another nut on there, and put this down against the steering bearing, which isn't right, and it makes driving a little bit rougher. So we put a couple washers in there, lift that back off of there, both sides. He's got a temp sensor error code. I didn't bring that, but we're going to go for a ride and see what's going on possibly with braking issue. We got a low boost issue. We're going to take a look, see if we can find any messed up vacuum and go from there. So I'm filling boost hoses. I checked under this one, which is a common one to go bad, but even though it's soft, it felt good. So this one is soft, but it didn't feel like any hole, so I removed the throttle body cover and looked at this hose coming off of the vacuum tree, and man, look at that thing, it's torn wide open. This is probably where we're losing a couple of pounds, several pounds of boost. So we're going to replace that and see how we run after that. We got this hose wrapped up like a mummy, and we think that'll hold, but we're going to get a hose to replace it. This is some sort of Gorilla type tape stuff that I wrapped it about 40 times, and we're going to go with that for now. Here we are, folks, going into the entrance. As you can see, a tour bus is ahead of us that may make for a crowd. First fee, $15 to park a regular vehicle, $20 to park an oversized vehicle. I'm not sure what oversized may be. It may be extended passenger vans or something like that. Near the entrance, they have some porta potties for those that have the need. And here's the entrance. When it gets full, they send you through the maze. But right now, we're just walking straight up to the gate to get our tickets. And here we are, folks, getting a little closer to getting our tickets. Got a little entertainment, some ticket pricing information, and we're gonna go ahead and do what we gotta do. We walked through a metal detector, and now we're ready to get on a bus. We held our umbrellas and walker high, so not to trigger the metal detector alarm, so we didn't have to get the shakedown. And this is the bus you get on to go down to the actual Ark Museum area. And we're off. I've not seen a glimpse of the Ark yet. See the Ark up here on the hill. I thought it was actually down in the valley, but it's actually on a hill. Here it is. Folks. 1-to-1 scale. You can enter through the rainbow entrance. A lot of people like to take pictures there. And you mosey on down to the Ark. They have a zip line station there. A little bit of adventure for those folks that seeing the Ark is not enough. They want to fly through the sky. Okay. And there it is, folks. People are helping each other take pictures, which is great. Getting good family photos and stuff like that. Especially this view here with the entire Ark in it. That is awesome. Beautiful flower garden here. Oh, they got some hedge elephants there. And they have a movie theater inside that has educational movies playing and stuff like that. There's a lot of storybook plaques to follow along the storyline, and this little garden weaves you through the entrance. Last time I came, you just came up to the side of the Ark and came in that way. Now they have, I guess, a organized line that you follow along to help more people get in on a certain pace. People really hesitate in taking pictures of the plants and stuff like that. But there's the Ark, king-size view. What is believed to be the construction of a lot of the animal cages, feeding them through those ports, keeping them in there so that they didn't wander free. There's a prayer of the founders and what they believe Noah's prayer was. The first caged animal exhibit has some kind of alligator-style lizard creatures and a lot of different kind of creatures. And ways to feed them, house them. Even some of these stork-looking, pterodactyl-looking creatures. Information over there about how many animals. Information here about the size of the Ark. And information there about how everything fit in the Ark. And here's like a cutaway view of what they believe the Ark was like. All of the levels and then the upper deck. Each floor has a refreshment area where you can get water and little snacks and stuff like that. The people from passing out. It's the inside ramp that you come up all the way down at the end. I don't know, maybe it's the north end. There's an elevator that we rode up here. The first stop, you can purchase a photo. Then they have a snack area. Then they have the restrooms. Then they have more exhibits. And you just really walk in a big circle to see all the exhibits. The estimated living quarters. Shim. I guess he wasn't married. And there's living quarters on the other side. And it was believed that they had to grow their food while they were on there for several months. Cooking and baking. Traditional roles. They have an exhibit here that talks about how the few people that was on the Ark were charged with populating the earth and how they resisted that, which created the differences in the nationalities and languages, which caused people to scatter around the globe. And it talks about the little superficial differences that humans have. And of course, our favorite, racism. Different exhibits showing where different little memorabilia was made at. I actually have this set here with the pewter and the little boat like that. An exhibit about the scripture and the Bible.
Over the centuries that followed, the Bible has spread across the world through its translation.
At the end of all the exhibits, there's a storybook area where it helps people understand what it means to be a Christian and how to accept Christ as their Savior. Some more animal cage type creatures they believe were caged up in the Ark. More exhibits talking about different animals and stuff. More cages for different kind of animals. Wasn't just the domesticated looking animals that we have around today. Some big, some small, all different kinds. They have exhibit areas where the wax figures are telling their story about their experience. There's a gift shop area, rather large. Goes around little things, books, cups, notebooks, magnets, bracelets, t-shirts, hats. Anywhere, anything you would find in a gift shop, you can probably find here. There it is, folks. The Ark, the zoo, Noah's Village, foods and drink, playground, restroom, and a VR experience. Even got somewhat of a water park over there. They have a 40-day
that come each year for this event. So we are grateful and thankful for all the partnerships and sponsorships that we get through this event. So it's a lot of
Concert's over. We're leaving the Ark Encounter. And the bus seat is in the car. And they got an instrument cluster. It looks like an iPad. Going back up to the parking area. And here we are, folks. Had a great day. Kicking off the Tinker Day at the Salvage Yard Bestler's. Man, let me tell you something. Window shade, just about a must. I'm going to give you guys the size. Takes them 30 seconds to put them up. 15 seconds to take them down. And man, it lowers the temperature 20, 30 degrees. So I need to measure that for you guys. Let you guys see that. Let's leave this in here. Probably saves your dash. I'm just going to set this on the dash. We'll see what the temperature is when we get back. And I think this thing is busted. It's saying 100 degrees, and it ain't 100 degrees out here. It's more like 85. But anyway, let me get another one of those, and in the meantime, we'll go in the junkyard and get what I need. Somehow I had a free admission. Probably from spending massive amounts of money here. Spend enough money, they let you in free. Hey, come back, spend some more of that money. They say the V70R is still here, so I'm gonna go grab a couple of things off of there I need for business development, and we'll keep it moving. My extension fell off my tool, so I need to try to find that while I was laughing. To my surprise, I found it right outside the door. Let's try this again. And there are the imports down at the back 40. And there's that V70R still sitting there. Beautiful, beautiful. It's got lower tail lights. I found out a lot of people's lower tail lights are cracked, as well as the upper tail lights, probably from over tightening. But I'm not going to get these today. I'm on a budget. It's got that bumper. Looks like the wheels on it. Can't get it. But yeah, it had a shade back here. This is probably where these holes need to be cut for the shade. I don't know, I might have was thinking about taking this side, but didn't because of that crack there. Let's go get what I need so I can keep it moving. Make it to my lunch appointment. So I want two things. I want the ECU box with some wire harness, which is still there. Just about the only thing still there. And I want the OB2 port from the inside so I can start doing some ECU things. There it is, folks. Part number one. 2 screws and cut the harness. We're out. Let's go get part number 2. Drop my ratchet down there. Still got a few parts in this interior. You got an R cluster, probably 190,000 miles on it. It's normally $100. You got this trim right here. Normally could be bought for $25 plus shipping. You still got a few R door panels. Got a little bit of interior. Somebody stripped the seats out of this thing, man. And got a couple of pieces in the, like the dash trim. That's busted. So there's a couple pieces left in here. Well, the 960's gone, the 93 850's gone, the C70's gone. When this stuff is out at this yard, you got to get it. 'Cause stuff don't grow dirt out here. They hit these cars on like a 30-day rotation, if that. Somewhere between 25 and 35 days. So if you see something you want out here, come get you some. Man, look at that saw. That thing is beautiful. Wow, what is that doing out here? Nice looking top. This car looks pretty clean. Man, it's a shame this thing's out here. Beautiful wheels, good tires. Somebody that messed up a saw. All right, let me get what I need and get out of here. I got work to do. Man, this 850's got a reflash computer. February 16th, 01. It's got an EGR too. I come to get the wire harness from under it. That corner light's a little busted. Let me see if the other corner light's any good. But I need to hurry up and get out of here. It's hot. This car still has a lot of parts on it. I'm surprised. It has a 93, 94 fender in trim. It's got a good hood blanket. That's nice. Most of the stuff is in the engine still here and the NA cams. So if somebody wants this stuff, let me know. Cost plus $75 an hour. Nice headlights. Nice dry sunroof. Good roof riser. Good roof lining. 2 good sun visors. I think I'm gonna come get the rear end out of this car soon. What's happening, party people? In this video, I'm going to be installing the cargo shade repair kit for this cargo shade because they all break. And if you don't install the kit now, you'll have to install it later. I'm not sure if this one needs it or not, but it's not reeled in, so I assume it does. So I just got the kit in the mail from overseas. Let's open it up, take a look at it. I think this is maybe the 3rd version of this, which is the newest version. So let's crack open the box and see what we got and fix this cargo shade. So one thing about the wagons is if you store stuff back there or keep stuff back there that has value to it, people can usually see it through the windows. So these shades pull over and hide that stuff just as good as having a trunk. Usually what people don't see, they don't try to steal. And this is one way to do that. These shades have been widely, I would say, disposed of. Very few of them left. I have one left on my website for sale. I go to the junkyards all the time. I've seen evidence that one was in the back of a lot of these cars, but I've probably found 2 of these in 13 years. These are absolutely the hardest things to find for the P80 wagons, 850 V70s from 94 to 2000. So this one I put on the website. Somebody said they were looking for one. I sent them the link and they bought it. I got one more for sale. But before I ship them off, I want to make sure that they're somewhat foolproof, that'll work and not retracting. Like this one is not retracting. Of course, they can clean that little bit of dirt off of it when they get it, but hey, it's super hard to find these things. So I ordered the kit. Let's open the box. There's other ways to fix these. I think I actually have a video up showing you how to fix these, but this is by far the best way to fix these. And if yours is not broken, get this kit while you can now. You can get them off of eBay. The eBay link is in the description area. Get you one before you can no longer get them if you have one of these shades and you'd like to get that repair kit so that you can repair it if it breaks, or you may want to install it even before it breaks so you don't have a broken one. Let's get with it. Comes with instructions, and they say from 93 to 2000. In the US, we did not get wagons in 93, so those are for people in other markets that got these vehicles in 93. Has instructions on how to do it. These are the parts needed. The 2 that I have, I wanted to make sure that they were somewhat foolproof and these kits were installed before I shipped them out because I don't want them to have to deal with it. So here's the instructions. I'll read through these instructions real quick, do the repair, and we'll go ahead and put it on, roll it up, and ship it out. Step 1 is remove the plastic end caps and then get the ends of the roller assembly prepared like you see here. So let's do that, both ends. So I pull this off, and down in there, that is indeed broken. So I need to pull that piece out there. As you can see, there's some broken plastic in there. Let me try to retract that. Maybe best to use needle nose pliers. So you see that stuff broken off down in there? You want to reach a needle nose plier in there and pull this out. Doesn't come out as easy as I thought it would, but it comes out. It's supposed to. Do, 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 do. Gotta pull harder. You got it pulled out in the picture. There it is. Now, I need to break off the rest of this plastic piece that's on here. The piece that broke from the actual trim there. So let me work on that. So I pulled that out. Let me put a light on. I stuck my needle nose pliers under there. Now I'm gonna break away this plastic. I think the plastic needs to be out of the way, so figure out a way to break off that plastic. You need to remove that. I'm gonna use a razor blade and a screwdriver. I was able to pry it off with a screwdriver. This side is done. I'm gonna go and do the other side. I'm also gonna cut this off. This cord goes through the other side, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to get it through the other side, and I don't want it to come out this side anymore. Get the needle nose pliers in there. Pull this out. And get this plastic off of here. I'll pry that off with a screwdriver while I hold it up with this needle nose pliers. My needle nose pliers has a hook, which is good. So I'm holding that. Let me pry it off with my screwdriver. I actually used the box cutter to cut that slit in it. There's the box cutter there. Now that'll come off real easy. There it is. Now you want to match these up on both sides. As you can see, this is the wrong side. And you want to slide that metal piece, this cross T, into this. That'll start your threading process. So let me get the right one for this side. You could leave this sleeve in there. Here it is. This piece matches this side here. You slide that in there like that. But I'm gonna put this back in here. This outer sleeve here. Slide this piece in like that. And you'll see it there, it's ready. Do the same thing on the other side. And then we're gonna start rotating it to reel it in. Once it's reeled all the way in, we're gonna reel it in like 10 to 15 more times to put tension on it. And then we're gonna slide the end caps on there, and that'll be it. So we are ready. I got that piece in that side. I got this piece in this side. Now I'm gonna reach on both sides and start to reel this in. I'm gonna reel it in like this on both sides. Actually, reeling one side is reeling in the other side. So you may not even need help doing this. One, be careful that you don't let this slip out of your hand, because if you do, it may cut you, because it is metal. So I'm gonna go ahead and reel this all the way in till this is all the way in, and then I'm gonna reel it another 10 to 15 times to put tension on it. So I have it reeled in where it's almost touching. I'm gonna go one more round. Now it's touching. So now I'm gonna go 10 to 15 more times to put tension on it. Then I'll put the end caps on it and we'll be all done. Right now, I have 10 revolutions on there, and be honest with you, past the time it touched. Usually, I only do 5 or 6, so I'm gonna leave this at 10. I'm gonna slide the end cap on one end and then the other, and it'll be all done, ready to be installed in the car. And if you find that that's not enough tension on there, pull the ends off and crank it another 4 or 5 times. Since this bar goes all the way through, if you tension one side, the other side will stay in place until you slide the other end on. So let's go ahead and slide that on. And there you have it. Nice, tight, and ready to be installed in the car. This catches on the back, and if your car does not have the holes drilled in the panel, you may have to do that. I'm gonna make a template for people to do that. Tell them where to drill their holes. And when you pull it back to the back of the car, this here catches on the back of the car. So you can pull the shade and center that, and you'll be good to go. Well, folks, unfortunately, I'm battling critters. I think it's field mice. They're getting under my sink, eating up all my one bite. So I got this stuff here as a spray to kind of deter wild animals for getting near your property. I'm hoping it will also work on mice, probably will. And I'm gonna go around the backside of the house and look to see if I can see any gaps so I can fill up with this foam. This bottle does up to 1 inch. This does 1 to 3 inches. So if there's some kind of gaps where they're getting in, I'm gonna spread that stuff. So gotta keep these critters out of the house. Let's get with it. Anytime I'm spraying something, I'm gonna use gloves and a mask. I'm not trying to breathe that stuff. I only really see two issues. This area here where something can get in, and these two vents for the dryers. Man, those look bad. So I'm probably gonna pick up a couple of these tomorrow and replace these because they are not good. I kind of look at this can as a one-time use, so I filled them some space there, a hole there, some space there, a hole there. Like I said, I'll go get 2 new cups for there. Some of the stuff fell on the ground. That'll rake up, clean up. There's some gaps around some concrete and stuff there. I put some there. I'll go ahead and cut that away when it sets, maybe tomorrow. But that's all I really found that I needed to do on this side. I don't know what I did with my other can. I set it somewhere. Next I'm gonna take and get this spray around there. I'm sure the dog is not gonna like this, but I don't know what else to do. The rodent trap there, I'm not sure if there's any rodents in there or not. I'm just trying to keep them away from coming toward the property. Just stay away from the property, please. They say this stuff lasts a few months. Of course, you want to read all the warnings and everything on it because you don't want to get yourself sick with this stuff. So this is the 1 bite bars. I'm gonna open that up so you can see that. And I'll find the one they're chewing up. Show you what that looks like. I set it somewhere out here. So this is what it looks like. You break it into 8 pieces. That's what they've been chewing, but they've chewed 3 of these bars already. That's how it looks when they've chewed them. So I'm gonna put a couple bars down. I'm gonna sprinkle some flour down. See if I can tell where they're coming through at. Are they crawling along the pipe and coming down? Are they coming up from the back? I just put a bunch of foam in the back side of the cabinet. But trying to find out which direction they're coming through. But we've been feeding these things for at least a month now. And that's the primary place we see them, was under the sink. However, one has made its way in. And it's gotten on the edge of the stove. The good thing, or I don't know if it's good or not, about rodents, small rodents, mice, rats, whatever, they have no control over where they poop. And they just poop while they go along. So you can normally see the first signs of them with a little poop. Then you deal with them. And until they are gone, you may see more poop. But I'm getting this cleaned up, putting down some fresh one bite, and we'll stay at it until we see no more traces of them. Well, that's it. We are officially ready for another round. The Bible promises you there's 2 pests that you don't want in your place that you will have, even in the king's castle: spiders and mice. So don't be alarmed when you see them. Just deal with them. And you can get this one bite at your local feed store. That's the easiest place to find it. And I will link a video about it in the description area. Another boiling day. 91 degrees with a heat index of 96. Trying to get some traction on this yellow car. Next thing I'm gonna do is finish putting the cylinder head together. Let me get all the parts together and get with it. Spraying the intake manifold. Don't really need that high temp, but that's what we are putting on there. Trying to get it covered black with no runs. Let's get with it. I'm gonna give it 10 minutes between coats. I am gonna have to tap one more port into this intake manifold, so let me go ahead and get that tap ready. And this should dry pretty quick. I got 2 medium to heavy coats on there, and I don't see any runs, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna pull the tape off of there. I got tape in those holes. I got tape in all the holes. So let me go ahead and let this thing dry and pull that tape off of it, get it prepped for installation. My next task at hand is pulling this engine out of here, getting the cylinder head finished, putting the cam seals and the NA cams, and looking for that tool the time knows. Got the lifters in, time to drop in some assembly lube. There it is, folks. Permatex. Got a number on it right there. I do aftermarket spark plug well seals, and man, don't forget those because they fall in place. The Volvo ones, you have to stretch them around the inner lip to get them to go in there, and then sometimes they pop out. So you got to struggle with them. The aftermarket ones, they just fall in there, no struggling. That's what I use. Let me lay the cams in here. I got NA cams, and then I'm going to lay my cam cover on top. Then I'm going to get my drawdown tool. But before I do the cam cover, I'm going to hit it with some anaerobic sealant. I have the Volvo sealant. Going in with the NA cams, I got the 600 part number on there, and I think it says PCI for intake. Don't get them mixed up. And the exhaust one has that cam sensor ring on it still. So I put the assembly lube in, dropped the cams in, then I put the cam locking tools in. Those screws normally shank out or bottom out in the cams, so I put washers on there that I get from the exhaust manifold. I put the tool in, put that screw down there. The cams are locked perfectly timed in place. And then here's the drawdown tools. Those things, I lubricate those because they seem to go tight in the spark plug holes. This is the anaerobic sealant from Volvo. I try to knead that stuff, mix it up, but now I'm sticking a small stick in there and stirring that up before I squeeze it out of the tube and put it on the bottom of the cam cover. I got a good coat of paint of the anaerobic sealant all over the bottom of the cam cover. Looks good to me, except for this one spot right here. Looks like I got a piece of lint, so I'm gonna use this skewer thing to pluck that off of there. And just that little piece, that little spot, is not gonna make a difference. So I don't have any globs on there. Ooh, I got a little gnat in there. Let me flick that out of there. And it's a good idea to blow this out before you do that. Look like I got a gnat over here or something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and blow this off. You could run your fingers in here on this assembly lube again, just to make sure it's spread out in there, because it's gonna latch onto the cams. I started an engine one time, or somebody did. They didn't have assembly lube or lube these up real good with some oil. And they started that engine and those cams were dry. It tore the aluminum off of the cylinder head and wrapped it on the cams. Seized the cams, it was it, man. Had to take the head and throw it in the trash. So anyway, let me blow this off after I turn upside down and set it in place and get it the rest of the way installed. So you want to screw these down in there so they catch in the spark plug holes easily. This one looks like it's further in than this one, so I'm gonna back this one out and do it over. Got the cam cover bolted down. It was a little bit tricky getting the drawdowns off of there. I snugged all the bolts, removed the drawdown, then got these 4 bolts screwed in. They're just like too wide to get in there, so I'm gonna shave some of that off. So that's where my timing is dead on. I got to adjust the exhaust cam for the NA cams. So I'm ready to fix this timing belt cover. I forgot I had to do that. It's all busted up over here. So let me go clean that and epoxy that back together so I can screw that back on here. Then I got to pull this to replace that seal there. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining, so go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for @RobertDIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the more link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.